Hey there. So, if you are a business owner and you just came from one of my videos, this masterclass will be a great value bomb for you. I have explained everything, the whole strategies that are used for marketing to scale, to get leads, to get more sales. So, just stick to this video, watch till the end, take notes, and you will get a lot of value. Most importantly, if you need help from my side, if you want me to execute it, simply click the link wherever you will find around this video and we will get in touch very soon. This is Pritesh and welcome to this masterclass meant for businesses who have tried to market somewhere but it's somehow not working, or maybe there is an existing strategy and you are just looking to grow your business to another level. So this is what exactly it is meant for you. And just a heads up, this is not meant for students, beginners, or someone who doesn't have any business yet. So it's totally up to you. If you want to drop off, that's totally okay, and if you want to continue, that's fine as well. But for businesses, I would say just grab your pen, paper and start noting things down. I'm sure you will take away a lot of things today, and this will be a game changer thing for you. And that's also the reason why I wanted to have this masterclass, because I realized that a lot of people simply start a business but somehow they just feel that posting content on social media means marketing. That's not the case. So why should you even trust on me? So this is just a gist of what exactly I do and the numbers that I can stand behind. So I am a person who has marketed 12 plus products with 12 million plus active users who are using our products right now. Plus I have also led a team of highly specialized marketers, 20 plus marketers, and we all just work together to grow our products. Plus, apart from that, I've been into this industry from 7 plus years, building a lot of side projects apart from my full-time role. Also assisted 30 plus clients so far with their strategy and execution, plus also consulted hundreds of businesses out there. So that has been my experience so far. So whatever I learned, I will be breaking that out today. So this is a whole 20-page document that I always use for all my businesses, projects, products, clients, whatever I onboard. This is the exact strategy or framework that I always use. And today we are going to just drill that down. And this is the statement that keeps me ongoing, because I firmly believe that growth is not just a campaign. It's a system. You need to keep on building things. You need to keep on evolving it. So that's exactly what we are going to do today. So even to get into marketing, you need to understand the whole customer journey. Marketing is all about psychology. Marketing is all about execution. So first of all, the first phase is awareness, where people just know that you sell something, there is a problem, and they just know about it. Nothing beyond that. Second is about leads, as in these people are happy to give you the information, their personal information, so that they can reach out to you because they are slightly interested in what exactly you are doing right now. Then third is the activation, as in if you own a product or if you sell a product, you need to activate them. Or if you are selling services, you need to pitch them. So basically your next goal is to monetize them. Once you get a lead, you need to monetize them. I firmly believe that business is not when you have just free users or freeloaders out there. It's just easy to sell things for free, but it's very hard to get money out of them. But most of the businesses simply stop over here. They feel that once you sell a product, that's it. But I feel the next part is retention. Most of the businesses do not go over there. So basically this means that you need to keep on getting more money from the same customer for a longer period of time. That's called retention. And again, they need to be happy in this stage as well, because you can't just forcibly take money from them. And that's exactly what leads to phase number 6, which is referral. If your clients are ready to pay you more, plus they are happy, they will happily refer you, and the whole networking effect starts, the whole snowball effect starts. Once your business starts growing because of this, there is no way to get back. So before even you start marketing strategies or just doing anything related to marketing, just answer 4 of these questions. I always ask this to my clients as well before even we start working together. First of all, what are we selling? Second, who has the most urgent version of the problem? Why would they choose us over doing nothing? And then finally, what does winning look like in 12 months? It's very important in marketing or business to have this clarity. The next thing that we need to take care of, the constraints, as in limitations that you have. Of course, you are not Elon Musk or Reliance. You have some limitations over there, right? So mostly I feel there are only 4 types of limitations: people, budget, payback window, as in how much time you are expecting to get ROI, and the finally decisions. People and budget, I think that's very obvious. It's just that people don't count the head count count the number of hours every person is putting in. That's very important. In budget, I'm not talking about the salaries that you are paying or the tools that you are purchasing. I'm purely talking about what extra budget you have to spend on other things, maybe it consultant or maybe ad spend or some partners or anything where you are spending money to grow. That's exactly what I'm considering over here. Then payback window, what exactly is your timeline that you are expecting results from? Of course, the short-term strategies work for short-term and long-term for long-term, but the thing is, as you grow faster, you also fall faster. That's a natural thing. So it's always good to have a balance of both the strategies in place. And then finally, decision. Who exactly will be the decision maker? How fast you can take decision? Because marketing is all about the decision and speed game. If you cannot run rapid experiments, it's totally useless and you just lose the marketing moment. The first phase of the marketing strategy starts, and I know you are waiting for that contents part, which most of the people see out there, but the thing is, it's just 10% of the whole marketing activity that we do. And again, it comes in maybe 8th or 9th phase, where we talk about the consumer facing assets that we post online or even offline. So phase 1 starts with the customer research, then you need to have competitor research, then you need to know market sizing, and finally trend analysis. Customer research can be done from your competitors, reviews, ratings, whatever they are getting. Then most importantly, if you already have some customers, talk to them, get to know what all problems they faced. Basically just try to understand what your customers look like, and that's exactly how other customers that you can gain, and that messaging translates to the acquisition part as well. Then also talk to those who probably didn't get converted because they came to you, they asked for things, but somehow they just left. It's not always the pricing problem, it could be several other things as well. So just ask about that as well. Then if you are providing product or services, just check out your feedback. Maybe it's support portal or maybe just verbal feedback. Talk to them what issues they faced while working with you. That could be also a good research point for you. Then second part is competitive intelligence, as in try to understand what your competitors are, direct as well as indirect. Direct, you already know what all they are, but indirect, that most of us ignore, is that there are several other factors that customers end up choosing instead of using your product. For example, if I am a website building company and there are some businesses who just use Google Docs or maybe just Instagram page. So Instagram page is also an indirect competitor for me because I'm not getting business because of that Instagram thing. Then market sizing, this is all like technical terms. If you are just too big, then only get into this. Otherwise, I don't think that's very important. But again, just have a rough figure in your mind, how your market is growing or is it declining. Just make a call because of that. And then trend analysis. Again, just like how AI is coming, several industries are getting shifted. The customer pattern is getting shifted. So you need to adapt to that and have your offerings based on that. So for example, if you are probably a builder or someone in real estate, now you know that many people are looking for more amenities in their buildings these days. So just provide them more amenities. That's how you fulfill the market gap. And that's also how you translate the trends into your offerings. So that's what we need to do in the first phase. So for a quick recap, what exactly we learned in this section: the phase 1, market research, you need to understand your customer, the competitors, the market trends, and finally distribution audit as well. Distribution audit is something that you just try to understand what your competitors are distributing themselves in, as in how they are getting promoted. That's what we look into the distribution audit. Once you are done with talking with all the customers, then market research, and you identify the gaps in the market, that's exactly when comes the phase 2, that is your strategy and your positioning. What exactly it means? It has several aspects. You first need to identify the exact profile or person who you are exactly targeting and what exactly you are offering them. And that comes into your positioning framework. Positioning is basically what you exactly stand for. For example, I know a fitness trainer who purely caters only to busy corporate employees. So that's his positioning, that I am a fitness trainer only for busy corporate employees who are looking to improve their health. So that's his positioning. But at the same time, he has some messaging revolving all around that particular target customer only. He doesn't go beyond that. For example, he keeps on posting about things like, you are a corporate employee, so you must be having back pains because of the 9 to 5 sitting, and that's exactly what I help you to solve. That's his messaging, and he keeps on repeating the same message related to his target audience, which is corporate employees. That's his messaging. Then GTM, as in go to market, as in where exactly your target audience is. Let's talk about the same person, fitness trainer. So that person will start posting content on Facebook and Instagram, because most of these millennials, as in the corporate employees, these are mostly spending their time on Facebook and Instagram only, sometimes on LinkedIn as well, but again over there it's all about work and everything, and that's exactly what he wants to avoid. So he starts posting on Instagram and Facebook. This is exactly what we call GTM. And there could be multiple ways to reach out to people. It could be product led growth, as in people are coming to you, you are not going to them. It could be outbound. For example, you are reaching out to them, they are not coming to you. That could be also a GTM. Then some people are just focusing on personal brands so that they can attract more people. Some are community led growth, as in other people are talking about it. For example, N10, that's a great example. N10 has a nice community and they keep on just growing the product automatically because it keeps on talking about them. And then finally comes the pricing strategy, like how exactly your competitors are charging, how your industry is demanding, and based on that you need to keep your pricing so that you just don't go way beyond that. So just to summarize this phase, strategy and positioning, what exactly we learned, we talked about ideal customer profile, who exactly you will be selling to, then positioning, what you stand for, messaging, what you talk about, go to market, where exactly you will be distributing yourself, and so finally the pricing strategy, how will you exactly monetize what you are offering. And the phase 3 comes, which is goals, budget and KPIs. So first of all, you should be having some revenue goals and work backwards towards it. That's exactly how you set your marketing strategy. For example, if you have specific revenue target, so based on that you need to reverse calculate, like how many orders you need to sell, how much pricing you need to keep, how many customers you need to sell to, the close rate, how many leads you will require for that, and then finally you need to reverse engineer the whole funnel out there. So that's a mathematical game over there. And budget of allocation, although I have not mentioned how much budget you should be spending on marketing, but typically companies spend around 10 to 30% of their business revenue that comes every year or whatever the time frame you choose. 10 to 30% is a great way to actually grow or to actually make a meaningful revenue from the marketing. And within that budget, so 40-50% can be spent on demand generation, as in on the paid media and all that stuff. 25 to 30% should come from organic and content, although it appears like content creation is a free stuff, but you need to pay salaries, tools and all that stuff. Then 15 to 20% should be built on the brand and awareness. The same thing, the strategy, phase 3 that I was talking about. So you need to keep on repeating that, and that's exactly what you need to amplify. So that's 15 to 20%. And then finally 10% is all about tools, analytics, experiments, research and development and all that stuff. That's how you distribute your marketing budget. Again, that's not a full and final thing. It's just a ballpark figure that you should be considering. And then finally, KPI framework. So always have some indicators that needs to be improved if you want to really see whether our marketing is working or not. For example, I was working on a product, and in fact, for most of the SaaS products, software products that we work on, so we always focus on activation rate. So of course, your revenue is the ultimate metric that you want to track, but how will exactly your revenue increase? Only if you manage to increase your activation rate, as in more and more people should spend more time on your software. It's not just that they just came to your software and they just left. No point in that. So activation rate is very important, and they should be staying for longer period of time. In this phase, we talked about revenue goal, budget allocation for marketing, and KPI framework. So let's move to phase number 4. Now, phase 4 is all about brand and creative foundation, and things start getting a bit interesting from here. The things that you start seeing from outside. So first of all, the logo, color palette, fonts, whatever visual things that your brand is all about, you need to start creating those assets. Importantly, build your brand story. Why exactly you started your business? What exactly you are doing differently? What exactly you are killing, as in the enemy that you have? So all these things need to be present in your brand story, and that's how you build a great brand out there. For example, the same fitness trainer story that I was sharing about, so he made corporates as the enemy of his story. He always keeps on focusing that how corporates are having, like, making you suffer from your health, and that's what I will be focusing on, and I will be fixing it for you. So you become the hero of the story, and some enemy becomes the villain of the story. So your story should have some villain out there. And once the whole story, logo and all those things are done, you need to focus on building a website, the landing pages, videos, pitch deck, sales deck, all those things that you typically show out. This is where you need to build that. Then content pillars. This is very important. Then content pillars. This is a very vast topic in itself, but still I would say stick to the problem statements of your particular ICP, as in your target customer, and keep on talking about how you solve that. Don't keep on promoting yourself, but keep on talking about the problems and how you solve that. That's the only thing that you need to keep on repeating. So what we talked about in phase 4, brand and creative foundation, that is brand identity, then core creative assets, the creative things that we mentioned, elements, landing pages, all those assets. Then content pillars, the pillars that we mentioned, keep on targeting your problem statements that you are solving. Then comes the phase number 5, channel strategy and mix, as in you have created the whole brand assets. Now how will you get your words out? So there are several channels to do that. First of all, the type is owned channels, as in your website, your blog, your email list, your contact list, your self-made community, then your product itself in the free products. So these are the assets that you own. Nobody can steal it from you. So these are owned channels. Always focus on this as the biggest investment, because it's amazing to have an own channel because nobody can disrupt that. I will explain what exactly it means. So let's say earn channel. This is the SEO, PR, media, reviews and ratings. So basically you are doing a great job, and for that you are getting the distribution. So the ranking on Google just because you are doing a great job. Same for PR and media. Of course, that's also paid these days, but yeah, you often only get listed over there if you really deserve to be there. Same with word of mouth and referrals. And finally, reviews and ratings. You only get to earn this if you really deserve it. Then there are paid channels. You can run ads on Google, Meta, LinkedIn, Twitter, all the social platforms. In fact, you can even pay influencers, sponsor some events, sponsor some newsletters, affiliates. So these are paid channels. You pay and you get instant distribution. And most of the marketers or business owners feel that this is. And then finally, partner channels. You might have some technical integrations with some other software. This typically happens in software industry. Then probably you have a reseller program. Maybe you have some distributors. Even in offline, there are several dealers, right? If you are a Coke brand, you have several distributors out there in the market. So that's a partner channel. In fact, any kind of business that you are running, you should have partner channel, because this is the best investment again after the own channel, because these partnerships are long lasting. You just need to keep on repeating it, and you can stay and keep on reaping the benefits for months and years. That is the best part of that. In this phase, we talked about the own channels, earned channels, paid channels, and partner channels. So you just need to keep on working on these. Phase 6. So first of all, this is a vast thing in itself again. So content strategy basically for every part of the funnel that we mentioned in the very beginning of the masterclass. So those who just know about your services or products versus those who are already your customers, you need to talk to them in a very different language. You need to educate them in a very different language. So this whole strategy is very different over there. And we typically call them top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel. That's how we talk about it in marketing language. In case you want to research about it, you can check that. Then comes the content production system. So if you have a team, so what kind of brief research is done, then briefs are allotted, then outline is done, then content is created, the video is edited, that whole system, that is what we call content production system. Then SEO execution. I won't say this is just limited to search engines or Google. SEO is literally everywhere. Maybe it on Instagram, if you want to rank on the top of any keyword that people are searching, that's it. Then comes the thought leadership. If you keep on talking as an authoritative figure in your industry, that becomes a thought leadership for you. So that's also a great distribution when people actually look up. Again, just recapping the content engine, we talked about content strategy, where all the funnel stages were covered, content production system, how you will exactly build your content, thought leadership that we talked about, and distribution optimization, the SEO part that I was mentioning, I call it distribution optimization. Then comes the phase 7, demand generation, basically how you are getting leads. And this is the most difficult aspect for most of the businesses because they do not get leads. So first of all, you have inbound demand generation channels, as in people are coming to you, maybe because they watched you somewhere from content, or maybe they searched you somewhere on Google, AI, Instagram, anywhere they searched you and they came to you. That's how inbound works. Outbound means you reach out to them. It's also called push marketing. So you kind of reach out to relevant people by emailing them, by LinkedIn, or maybe just cold calling. That's how the outbound demand generation works. Then event marketing. There are several meetups, exhibitions, events, several things like that. And that's where you start connecting your target customer, and eventually you connect each other and get the exchange of services. Then product-led growth. This is particularly relevant for the software industry, where your free trial itself acts as a marketing channel for you. So people keep on using your product for free. Probably you can see that on your apps, websites, software that you are using. In phase 7, we discussed about the inbound demand generation, outbound, event based, and PLG specifically for software. Then comes the phase 8. Once you capture a lead, what after that? The important part, you need to first of all understand how you are capturing the leads. That's the first mechanism. Secondly, you need to score them, as in, is it really relevant to me? Is it something that this customer will never be able to pay me? So that's not a great fit. That's how you qualify your leads, and that's why it's very important to have qualified leads in your plate rather than hundreds of unqualified leads. So that's important. That's what we call lead scoring. Then lead routing. Once you get a lead, you qualify them, they are a great fit for your offering, but are you following them up? Are you trying to reach them out again? That's exactly what we call lead. So here's what we discussed in phase 8, lead capture and qualification. First of all, figure out how to capture leads. Secondly, are they even relevant to us? Score them. And third, process of following them up. So these are the 3 important things for phase number 9. Now you have lead, now you have qualified them, but how exactly you should be nurturing them till the sales happen, because that's very important to be on top of their mind. Whenever something related to your offering comes to their mind, you should be the person who will actually deliver that to them for value. So for that, you can set up some email nurturing sequences, retarget them using ads or even your WhatsApp stories, Instagram stories. That's all the retargeting techniques. Then sales enablement that you need to develop. For example, you need to tell them how you are better than competitors, then tell them how you can deliver the ROI. Give some case studies, show some case studies, then show some testimonials of your existing clients and all that stuff. That's exactly what you need to work upon. Then finally, landing page optimization. Landing page doesn't always mean the website landing page. It can also be your Instagram page. It can also be your YouTube channel's landing page. Basically, what is the first impression that you create whenever someone comes to stalk you? So that's what I call landing page optimization. So phase 9 was all about nurturing and conversions, where we talked about WhatsApp or email nurturing system, then retargeting your existing leads, then sales enablement, the assets that we created to convince them to get converted, and then finally landing page optimization, basically the first thing that they see. Then comes the customer marketing and retention. So once you are done with all the sales related thing, you actually converted that customer. But what next? Then starts your onboarding. Give the experience so good that people will just love your services or being with you or working with you, and that's how they retain for a longer time and obviously also pay for higher premium experience. That's what we see. The expansion revenue. So it can be upselling, it can be cross-selling other products, then it can be just increasing the value. So that's how you expand your revenue from the same customer. And then finally, you should be making some efforts to make them retain. Try to offer them services for longer times, because it's always easier to retain a customer rather than getting a new customer. And then finally, build some advocacy and referral program, as in what they will get if they refer you. For that also you need to incentivize them. They are not going to do it by themselves. For that, before of course, make sure that you are getting great reviews, get great NPS score, which we call net promoter score. Once you see that they are happy with you and they are just comfortable with you, that's when you need to pitch them to market you to their network, because they have similar network, they have similar friends, family. So that's exactly where you get an opportunity to position yourself in front of their audience. So in phase 10, we learned about customer marketing and retention. Once they get converted, what we need to do. So it's about making the onboarding experience amazingly well, expansion of revenue as in getting more money from the same customer, making them stick for longer time. That's what we call retention campaign. And finally, making them talk about you in front of their network. That is referral strategies. So think of a 5-star hotel versus 2-star hotel. What's the difference? In 5-star hotel, you get an amazing experience. You get very politely greeted from someone. Then that's how you get impressed, right? For that, you are ready to pay a premium charge as well. And even you get very pride in talking about the experience in that hotel, because it's a status symbol for you. So that's exactly how you want to treat your existing clients as well. You create a status symbol for them in front of the network, and they will automatically start referring you to their network. And then this is not the end of the marketing. You still need to work moving forward, because most of the people just stop over here. Once you sell it to customer, you retain them, and you get another customer from them, that's the end of the marketing, right? Wrong. The best part of the marketing is that it never stops. And the 11th phase comes into the picture, that is measurement and analysis. See, the marketing is something that never ends. and nothing is right at all. You need to keep on iterating. But how do you improve or iterate something? By measuring it, by analyzing it. Then in activation phase, try to improve the metrics of trial to paid conversion. If you're offering a software, then how much value they are getting in the first few minutes or first some time. That's what you need to track. Then revenue, of course, how much you are making monthly, annually, in total lifetime. That's what you need to check. For retention, always check the churn rate. How frequently are people leaving from you? As in, once they come, do they really jump off immediately within 3 months, 6 months? If you're offering a longer period of retainer, are they really quitting so easily? Because of course, then you are probably not delivering the value. So that's what exactly we need to work on. And then finally, referral. Check how many referrals are being done by every client. What is your NPS score? This is specifically for software products. How many people are ready to promote you? That's what we call NPS. So keep on improving that by measuring that. Then attribution, of course, you need to have multiple tools. You can set that up, and that's how you start measuring them. Then unit economics, this is something very at an advanced level. If you are at a stage where you have big team, lot of things going on, a lot of operations going on, that's exactly where you need to focus it on. So you can simply read this, or you can skip that for now. Then reporting cadence, like how frequently should you change your strategies or look your strategies into. So for daily, just check how much you are spending, what's your pipeline velocity, the conversion. Then for weekly, check the channel performance, which channel is performing how much. Then campaign results, the leads that you are getting. In monthly, just review the whole funnel, how it is performing, how much money you are spending, how much you are getting from that. Then quarterly, this is mostly about the strategical thing. Is anything changing in the industry? Do you need to reposition yourself? Do you need to change your messaging? The high level things that happens quarterly. So phase 12 was all about analyzing what's working out, what's not working out, and making iterations based on that. The framework is very clear. Just have a hypothesis, test it fast, measure it fast, learn from it, either kill it or scale it. That's the whole formula. Then how your channels are performing, then positioning review and annual strategy reset. This is exactly what we saw in this phase 12. And now you might be saying that, Pritesh, I have already done all these things, but it's still not working. I'm not seeing the results. No problem at all. Simply book the next slot and we will talk about it, because I need to summarize. Like, this whole masterclass was about giving you a direction, a mind map, just to have a mental framework, how exactly you should be looking at things. If you want to research on your own and if you want to work with your team on this, this is exactly how you should be following. Maybe one of the phases is not working for you, but in case you want help, external help, it happens, right? When you are in the same business, in the same industry for a very long time, you kind of get blindfolded. You do not really see what's happening around. You don't get fresh perspectives coming inside. And that's exactly where I can play that role as. So you can outsource your marketing to me, as in not the whole execution part, but I can be your brain for the marketing. Your team or you will be the executor, but I can be the one who can give the direction. I personally feel that it's always a great investment when you are investing in a coach or someone professional who has seen all these things, because that just boosts your speed in the long run. So simply book your next slot and I will see you in the next